guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zay, and today I'm going to be doing a historical romance reading vlog. It is future me popping in and doing this introduction to this vlog. So Jess from Peace Love Books reached out and asked me to be a part of this collab. Thank you so much to Jess. As she and many of us have probably noticed, that people just aren't reading as many historical romances, which honestly makes me sad. I've never been a really big historical romance reader, but I did start to get into them. I think it was like in 2021, and then I just kind of stopped, but I have missed seeing all the videos, even like people just taking pictures of them on Instagram. I really haven't seen that much. I miss all of it, and I'm thinking that when Bridgerton comes out in May, maybe we'll see a resurgence of people reading and enjoying and talking about historical romances. But I really do love this genre, and I love to hear people talk about this subgenre of romance. For me personally, I have been feeling like I've been missing the romance, specifically in contemporary romance. I've just been missing, I don't know, like the connection and lingering and little touches, and I just miss all of that. And it actually is one of my book goals this year to read more historical romance. So I'm really glad that I'm starting off my year by checking off some of my goals. And so I'm hoping to incorporate more historical romances in my regular reading routine, and this was the perfect way to start it off. So I'm not quite sure who all is a part of this collab, but when I find out, I'll be sure to link all of their videos and the creators in the description box so you can check them out. But yeah, this was such a fun vlog, and I just want to say this is my second vlog, and I will get better at vlogging. So please excuse me and my bad vlogging skills. I promise I will get better. But that is it. So let's just get right into what I read in this vlog. So I read The Wolf and the Wildflower by Stacey Reed, and I also read The Phantom of Drury Lane by Kate Bateman. So thank you all so much for watching, and thank you so much to Jess again for asking me to be a part of it. Let's get right into this historical romance reading vlog. Hi guys. So it is time for my first update of the vlog. So it's kind of funny though, because I haven't even done my intro for this video. So I'm not 100% sure what all I'll be reading. But I have started a book reading right now. I think I'm just gonna read a couple historical romances or just one, and then I'll read a novella that I have. Okay, so the first book that I'm reading now, I want to talk about, is The Wolf and the Wildflower by Stacey Reed. So a lot of people, booktubers, have read this book and loved it. Like I saw it on, I want to say quite a few, but I don't think it was a lot. I've seen it on some people's favorites of the year. I know Justin from Justin Reads Romance really loved this one. And so I'm excited, and I love Stacey Reed. I've only read one book by her, but the book that I did read, I absolutely loved it. Let's see, how far am I? I'm listening to it on Hoopla. Let me see. It's also on Kindle Limited. So I'm 35% into the book, and it's a short book. It's like 17 chapters. I'm really loving it. It has such a cool concept. I love the concept. It is just bonkers, so much fun. So in this book, we're following James Winter. So he was considered lost at sea, and he's been gone for like a decade. So, you know, people never knew like what happened to him. Is he dead? Did he die? Most likely yes, it's been 10 years. But he actually returns to his family, and everyone is surprised. London is buzzing about it, is not happy to be returning. He has obviously a lot of responsibilities and things to return to. So basically he has 3 weeks where he has to kind of transform into this, what you would imagine a duke to be like, elegant and reformed, or else his family will be ruin and scandal. In comes our heroine, who is Jules. So starts off with her mother actually in labor. So her mother has had a hard time getting pregnant, staying pregnant, and she has not delivered her husband a son. And she is hoping that this baby is a son, and she's thinking it is. But come to find out, it is indeed another girl. And she's like, I cannot go through this. And her nurse is like, yeah, like, you can't go through this. Like, you know, it's just too hard on your body. Her husband just won't let up on having a boy. So she's like, oh, well, how about you just, the nurse is like, well, how about you just pretend like your daughter is a boy. In this kind of world, men don't really take care of their children, change their diapers or get them dressed or anything like that. So he would never know. And you just do this for a while until you're recovered and you feel like you can start trying for another child. Well, this goes on longer than expected because the secret continues throughout her entire life. Tom doesn't mind it because she's enjoyed the freedom of living like a man. Things about Jules, actually a psychologist, her and her dad. You know, if she was a woman, she wouldn't get to do that, but as a man, she does. Responsibility to get the Duke up to par and to analyze him, see what he needs. His family deems what is needed. But these two are definitely have an interesting connection because right when James meets Jules, he smells her and he immediately knows that she's a woman. So obviously we have forced proximity in this book because she has to spend a lot of time with him to obviously help him in areas that he needs help in, what his family deems that he needs help in. And so they're spending a lot of time together and I'm loving it. Our heroine Jules, because she's never really tapped into that feminine part of herself because obviously she's been playing as a boy. And I think that she was just focused on like perfecting that and getting that down. But she's starting to look at herself and look at her body and her womanly features. And she's like, oh, I'm a woman. Like, and she's feeling something towards James, which she's never experienced before. And I'm loving it. I'm loving this book. It is wild. The concept is wild. Like, realistically, how can she like have kept up this facade for a long time? I don't know. Realistically, no. But anyway, I'm really loving it. It is such a fun book, and of course, Stacey Reed's writing is very beautiful, easy to read, easy to jump into, and I think this is a good book and a good author to start out with of getting back into historicals. I've never really been the kind of person who read a ton of historicals, but I did start getting into historicals a couple years ago, but then I just stopped. But after recently watching The Buccaneers in December, which I love The Buccaneers, and I told myself I was gonna rewatch Downton. Let me tell you something. I am a root beer girly through and through. Zero sugar root beer to be exact. It's the best one. I know you girlies love the Diet Coke and stuff. Root beer is better. Root beer's where it's at. Anyway, I'm just devouring this book and I really am just enjoying it and really enthralled with the story and the characters. James has gone through a lot. He's really resisting this life and the expectations that are put up on him. And our heroine also is struggling because I do think what we're going to start seeing from her is that she wants to start embracing herself as a woman. And I can only imagine the pressure that her mom has put on her, the pressure she feels from her dad upon knowing that he wanted a boy so bad. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to go closely with her father. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to affect the relationship in the end. Like, I'm just curious to see how this is all going to come together. And loving this one. It's really easy to get into. And I think if you're new to historical romance, I think this one would be good. It's a bonkers plot and it's really fun though. And I'm loving it. So I am eyeing another book, but like, I don't know. Update you all later when I have more of an update. But hello. So it is Thursday. I think the last time I talked to you all was Monday. I am like shiny because I just did my skincare. And I forgot that I was gonna film. Okay, so I have an update because I finished Wolf and the Wallflower by Stacey Reed. So I absolutely loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. I finished it last night unexpectedly. I really was thinking that I would finish it tomorrow because I went into the office today, so I didn't think I would be able to read it today. But I was expecting to finish it Friday. This book, you know, I'm really glad that I was asked to do this vlog because I have been feeling like I have been missing the romance and romance books. Like, I miss romance. And it's been really hard to explain that and express it. And I just miss the tender moments. I miss sweet moments. I just miss like the longing stares and the little like touches. I just miss all of that I do get with historical romances. And I need to remember that historical romances do exist. I think it's going to give me what I've been missing when it comes to romance and what I've been wanting to read more of. And I knew that I would get that with Stacey Reid. She is just an amazing writer. Like, when I read her books, which I've only read one, but I just think she has such a way with words. I need to get my phone, because there are a couple of quotes that I'm highlighted. Be affectionate, kind, tender, forgiving, and passionate, but it should never hurt or deliberately inflict wounds. Love is healing, enchanting, even bewitching. Like, that is what I want in romance. And of course, there's like different romances, right? There's like darker romances, lighter. But I just think at the center of it, I want that, you know? And I want to feel the love and the connection and the growth and the development. And I also want to read about characters individually growing and things like that and having their own individual journeys and getting something out of it for themselves. And I still think I can get that in any kind of genre of romance. So I love that. But yeah, love bewitches. Love bewitches, and it heals, and it is passionate, but also so much more. Love never falters or gives up, and love sacrifices for true happiness. Gosh, I just love this book. Just about it and why it worked so much for me is I loved the individual stories as well. Like, our Duke is really struggling to kind of adapt back into this lifestyle. He has been obviously gone for a long time, for 10 years, and it's very difficult for him to adapt and back into his world, and the fact that his family, mainly his mom, just thinks he's supposed to like get right back into it because she doesn't want to believe that her son is different. And definitely not like, I can't remember the word that she used, but just unreformed, like she just can't even fathom that. And I also think I do have a lot of understanding for his mom as well, because mom lost her husband who she loved, and essentially she supposedly lost her son too. And so, that's a lot to lose. And to have one of them back is like a dream come true. And then for them to be a little bit different, I do understand. And I like that she wasn't like vilified or anything. Like, I really did understand her character as well. The Duke. I I liked that. I liked that a lot. But he liked to be in the woods, nature. He liked to be barefoot. Like, and he kind of doesn't care. I like that too. Um, and he knows that people think of him differently and things, but he's just like, I don't care, you know? Um, but then our heroine, Jules' story in particular, is my favorite because obviously she was forced into this life of having to pretend that she's a man because of her mother, but she ended up not minding it because she got to do things that women don't get to do, enjoy learning and being a psychologist. And she's really good at it, and she really has a passion for it. And then, of course, she's gotten to work with her dad and bond with her dad over it. But when she connects with Wolf, right? I'm just going to call him Wolf. No, James, our hero, he brings out this side of her, this part of her that she never got to explore. And I think he makes her feel like a woman, like herself, this person that she never got to be. And she kind of gets to tap into that and feel beautiful, feel wanted, feel desired, feel longed after. And he just makes her feel like a woman. And I love that. I loved to see that. And she struggled with that. She struggled with, I can't have this life. I can't be with him I be with him, I like blow everything up. I not only my family, but my whole life that I worked so hard for, and I can't give this up for a man. But on the other hand, I can't keep living like this when I've really started to find out who I am inside, find out who I really am. And so, anyway, I also love that he's falling for her while she is still a man. This book was just fun and bonkers, but their connection is just so strong. I like how she accepted him, who he is, and he accepted her and loved her and did not want her to change who she was at all in order to be with him. And both of them would have risked the other person getting hurt, risked themselves getting hurt in the process for that other person to be happy and to be what they want to be. And I just thought that was everything to read. Gosh, their love is just like, I loved it. I love their journey. It was beautiful. It was, it's just very touching. And Stacey Reid just has a very beautiful way of explaining things. And I just loved it. I had a great time. It was so fun. And I really, really loved it. And gosh, the audiobook is really great as well. Overall, this was just such a great book. And I truly cannot recommend this enough. It is so much fun. The plot is bonkers, unbelievable, but who cares, because it's just a good time. Anyway, if you like Tarzan, I think that you would like this. It kind of is a light Tarzan retelling or inspired, and I loved it. Just deeply romantic and beautiful, swoony, sweepingly romantic. Just, I don't know, give me all the feels, and it was just perfect. 5 stars. Okay, so for my next favorite historical romance, for next historical romance that I'm gonna read is, I just want to make sure I get the title right. Get Thee Off My Lawn by Daria Vernon. So I don't know too much about this. It's a Regency rom-com with the Swan Problem. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. We're just going to go into it. I've seen really good reviews. It's a short read, and this is going to be a really short and sweet vlog. But yeah, I'm going to dive into this one. But yeah, I'm really glad that I did this because I've been wanting to read more historical romance this year. It's something that I really felt like I wanted to explore and more, because when I started to get into historical romances, I lost interest. And I think that I'm doing myself a disservice. Like, I loved it. Everything that I've been complaining that I've been missing in romance, I got all that with The Wolf and the Wallflower. And I just need to read more. I need to try to prioritize it. Genres in romance is what I need to do to make sure I don't get in any reading slumps, and just help me just have a more like diverse reading experience, and make sure I'm diversifying it and just reading different, genres in general, but also subgenres in romance. But this was such a good one. I'm so glad I read this one. It was such a good start into me reading more historical romance. Like, Stacey Reid was the way to go for sure. And if you've never read anything by her, I think this is a good one to start out with. I feel like it's bonkers, but it's really shows you her writing and just how well she is at crafting stories and characters. And she just packs such an emotional punch with her stories as well. She brings a lot of emotions out of you, but she just writes very beautiful, tender romances. And I just think that they are perfect for me. Exactly what I'm looking for in romance. And I just want this feeling a lot more. So I will be doing this more, reading more soap romance. And I'm really glad I started off the year reading one, because I don't think I would have picked up one, to be honest, this early. And yeah, I'm glad. So glad this one was a winner. I will keep you all updated on Get Thee Off My Lawn. It is 100 and something pages. so it's a quick read. So yeah, well, that is it. I'm gonna go have some dinner, watch something. I don't know what I'm gonna watch. I have to, when I eat dinner, when I eat anything, I have to be watching something, and I don't have a TV show that I'm currently watching, which is very frustrating. But I actually have to upload a video tonight. I'm gonna just watch it one more time. It's my favorites of the year video, so I'm uploading that, and I need to do that tonight. I need to write in my planner. I have two planners, one for content and then one just lifestyle stuff. And I need to write in my planner, and then I need to, what else do I need to do? I think that's it. Tomorrow we're supposed to be getting some bad weather. So I need to make sure everything is charged and everything, like cause power outages and stuff like that. And some more bad weather, like storms. So yeah, hopefully that's fine. I'm such a southerner, I'm just like, whatever. But yeah, so that's it. Just a quick little check-in. But I'll let you all know when I read the next book. Guys, so it is Friday. I'm checking in. This is going to be my last, maybe not my last check-in, but this is going to be the last book that I read for the vlog. I feel bad. I wish I was able to fit in another full-length book, but it's the video. These videos have to be up soon, and I really want to start my reread of Crescent City, take advantage of my long weekend. So I want to go ahead. I actually changed up my reading plans, and I found a book that it has interested me more. So it's called The Phantom of Drury Lane by Kate Bateman. This is a part of a series that a bunch of different authors are in, a part of. I've never read anything by Kate Bateman. I'm pretty sure this is a novella, and it's a Phantom of the Opera inspired historical romance. So that interests me right away. And I'm glad I started this one. I've already read the first chapter. I know a little bit about it. And this is definitely going to be a winner for me than the other book that I was going to try to read. I don't know, that is my vibe. So we're following Lucy Montgomery, who has just recently returned to London. And she runs into William Arden. I think he's a Viscount. And he tells her that there's like a bet going around that if someone can find this masked man, this masked phantom, they're calling him the Phantom of Drury Lane, then you'll be rewarded with £100. So what I know right now is that William and Lucy actually kissed a few years ago, and I think she felt rejected by him, or was rejected by him. I'm not really sure about their relationship and where they are now, but I really like their dynamic already. I can kind of tell that they're like enemies-ish to lovers, but they probably, like, I feel like there's gonna be some pining and stuff going on. That's all I know so far, but it sounds really good. The first chapter interests me, so definitely going to be reading this one. Anyway, so I'm excited. It seems like Lucy, our heroine, loves to get into trouble. She loves mysteries and intrigue, so I feel like he's doing this on purpose. Maybe he's doing this so he can spend more time with her as well. But I'm liking it. It's fun. I don't know, I think this is going to be a good one. So that's it. I'm actually going to go eat dinner. And then an episode of The Reacher came out today, so I'm actually going to watch that. Read this. There's also like a movie that I think I'm going to try to watch. There's a new movie on Prime. Let you all know when I finish this book, or when I want to update y'all or something. I don't know. But I feel like this book is really, really boring. Like, low-key. I'm really sorry. And it's not a lot of books or anything. But I feel like we should take it kind of slow, getting back into historical romances. I didn't want to, like, you know, slow and steady. But so far, so good. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna stop talking. I'll talk to you all later. Guys, okay, so I am checking in for the last time in this vlog. I am going to be wrapping everything up. So I did finish, what's it called? I think it's called The Phantom on Drury Lane. Let's just make sure. Yes, The Phantom. Okay. It's The Phantom of Drury Lane, and I finished that by Kate Bateman, and it was so good. I ended up giving it 5 stars on Goodreads. This was such a great historical romance novella. I really enjoyed it. We have a lot of pining and longing between both our hero and our heroine. I know I told you all a little bit about it yesterday, but diving more into the plot, basically both our hero and heroine have known each other for a long time. Our hero was friends with her brother, so he's very familiar with her family, and he definitely has had feelings for her, but because that is his friend's sister, he has tried to stay away and just, not make his feelings known. But as I talked about yesterday, in my last clip, they did kiss, and just I love that whole scene and how that whole happened. You just have to read it to find out. And our hero rejected her, and she was very hurt by this. And they just kind of went on like nothing had happened. He hasn't seen her in quite a while. Her heroine's dad, is a botanist, so they go on all kinds of adventures and things together with her family, and so he has not seen her in a while. And so anyway, now they are around each other again because she's trying to find out who the Phantom is. He's kind of challenged her to find out who the Phantom is, and I loved it. It was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. I like Kate Bateman's writing. I'm definitely going to have to read more by her because I loved it. It was really good, fun, really good historical romance novella. Honestly, I felt very satisfied by it. I love longing, I love pining, and I like that both of these people have secretly been wanting each other for a long time. So it was fun, and I enjoyed it. I had a good time. So we're finishing up this vlog. I wish I was able to read more books, but I definitely have more books that I have to read in this vlog. It has to be up by tomorrow. So that's it. But I definitely think this was such a great idea. I absolutely will be reading more historical romances this year, and I think this was a really good thing for me to start out my year being very intentional. So I love both of these books. So just to kind of go over it, I've read The Wolf and the Wildflower by Stacey Reid. It's kind of like a Tarzan retelling. I loved this one. So good. Oh my gosh, such an amazing historical romance with a bonkers plot, but it was very romantic and just like passionate, and they had such a strong connection. I just loved it. And then of course I loved The Phantom of Drury Lane by Kate Bateman. So I read a new to me historical romance author, and I read an historical romance author that I've only read one book by, but I loved it. So I definitely will be diving more into Stacey Reid's backlist because this was a winner. But yeah, anyway, this is great. I had a good time. Thank you so much again to Jess for asking me to be a part of this. I can't wait to see all the other people who also are going to be participating in this collaboration. Thank you all so much for watching to the end of this vlog, which I will promise my vlogs will get better. I will do a much better job of vlogging in the future. I know my vlogs need some work. But if you all made it until the very end, leave me like a flower emoji in honor of Wolf and the Wildflower. Leave me a flower emoji. See you all in my next video.